All right, folks, school is out in many parts of the country, but a new study confirms that the summer months are already stressing out many parents. Those who feel stressed by the final weeks of the school year said it stems from a few things like having to figure out how to balance their work with their children's summer schedule, having an unpredictable schedule, and not having enough time for household tasks. And, well, we want to make sure that stress does not put a damper on your summer. That is why licensed therapist Ayla Alexander is here today to share some tips on avoiding the inevitable burnouts. Thanks so much for your time, Ayla. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Listen, we were talking during the commercial break. I have two little ones. I love them to death. They're amazing. But my wife and I are already looking at each other like, wait, practice here, this swim class here, blah, 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 blah. It sounds like it should be an easy fix, but it really isn't. So, you know, important question here, and maybe it's a big one, but how does someone avoid getting burned out after all the things that are coming?
I don't know if you can avoid it, but I think that you can put some measures in place to make sure that it's better balanced. I just saw this article with the chief wellness officer at The Ohio State University, and she talked a little bit about the importance of taking these minor breaks throughout your day, 5 or 10 minutes max, to do anything that you like, to just pause and breathe. And so my most favorite thing to do right now, since I just had a little one, is to sit in a driveway for about 5 minutes and just, you know, have that time to myself.
That's so funny. I do that all the time. People, my neighbors think I'm crazy. I just sit in my car for like 10 minutes, in complete silence, and then I go inside. What are some tips for setting some kind of healthy summertime routines so that you do have that outside of the sitting and taking a break?
Yeah, I think in addition to that, one of the other things that I was just recently thinking about is the importance of community, right? Being able to, you know, talk to other parents and guardians. What are you all doing with your kids this summer? So that you can kind of intertwine some of those in your daily routine. I think the other thing is to sit with your kid and determine like, hey, what are you interested in this summer? You know, do you want to do some sports, some academic related things, and try to intertwine those into your schedule along with like chores maybe, if they are age appropriate for that, right?
Yes. I agree with that. My kids are a little young, but I'm already making a chore list. Now, here's the thing. There's a lot of social pressures out there as well, too. You know, football camp and baseball and swimming and this and that, and feels like everybody's doing everything, but it can be too much. How can people be reminded that they don't have to do everything?
Yeah, I think it's just important to be able to pause. We're always doing a lot of things, right? And it can become a bit mundane. And so just being able to take that step back and say, you know, it's summertime. I deserve a pause, you know, because things are just going all the time. And so just being able to remind yourself about that, and again, surrounding yourself with community who can also attest.
Now, look, I don't think we talk enough about the importance of mental health. But speaking of mental health, how are these tips, these things that we're doing and being proactive about throughout the summer, how are those going to benefit our mental health?
How much time do you have? We can talk all day about that. I think it's just so important to be able to pause and take a break. It really is, because what we will likely see is just an overall reduction in our stress, right? Being able to have things like work-life balance, being able to have better control of our schedules and just our mental overall. So like I said, I can sit here all day and talk to you about that. But really just encouraging to take the time that you have earned, you know? So with work, for instance, you know, you have accrued all these days. Take that so that you can come back rejuvenated and hopefully with a little bit less stress in your life.
Now let's talk a little bit about the mental health, not of the parents necessarily, but the benefits for the child as well, not having to do every single activity.
Most of my caseload right now are high school seniors, sophomores, right? And so at predominant high schools around Charlotte, and they are always on the go. It's not until the summertime where they get to take a little bit of a breather. So I'm always just reminding them that this extracurricular thing is going to be there next year, you know? And so what are things that are non-negotiables? What do you have to do? And what are some things that you can kind of remove? You know?
Take a beat on. I want to put your information up on the screen so people know more how to reach out to you. Of course, also how to be able to get these tips. And let me finish with this. For somebody out there that's watching this segment and it's starting to resonate and they're saying, yeah, for me, for my kid, this is important. What's the easiest first step to take?
I'm a huge fan of doing consultations with like providers, for instance. If you know that you want to go to therapy, I really think it's like dating. You want to make sure it's a good fit, right? And so most therapists will offer like a free 10-minute consultation to you. Give a few therapists a call, talk it out, let them know what you're coming in for, and see who might be the best fit for you.
Jana, we go in our lives all the time. Sometimes, like Ayla said, it is great to take a beat, take a deep breath, take a pause, so the summer can be enjoyable.